Hello all newcomers and welcome back my fellow Aeternians. As always, it's me, Emperor AP. Thank you so much for being here. In particular, thank you to our citizen James. I see he first in today. Thank you so much, James, for being here, for holding the stream down. For everyone else, I am incredibly excited to see you here. Today, we are going to be talking about this beautiful Garden of Nations that we have continued to be able to develop. One of the great things that we have just been able to do is to launch the ability for other nations to join this garden. After all, it is not the Garden of Nation, it is the Garden of Nations. So we need to get a bunch of different nations here joining Beatus Crass, our first sponsor of the Garden of Nations. Beatus Crass has been a Patreon supporter of ours for a long time, and we are incredibly grateful to them. So in making them the first supporter, the first sponsor of the Garden of Nations, we now need to open it up to the micronational community. So that being the case, the way we're going to do that, we have a link down in the description. It goes to our Patreon page and it goes to an exclusive post. If you purchase that post, it is purchasing a sponsorship. You only need to purchase it once. It's $20, and once you do, your nation will be forever enshrined on this plaque for the Garden of Nations. We may eventually expand this and make it a little nicer so that the nations can actually go around the name of the garden. If we get enough, we may make its own dedicated plaque, but that being the case, that's how we're going to set everything up. If you're interested in having your nation represented alongside the others as the initial founders of this garden, trying to get it bigger and better, we already have expanded and doubled the size of the garden from one raised bed, which is now flourishing, to 2 raised beds. So if you want to get in on the early development of this garden as we start to grow toward its first harvest, you should definitely consider supporting and adding your nation among the list of honorees here in the garden. That being the case, great to see everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. If anybody's dealing with any stream issues, let me know and I will check it out. I see a few people asking about stuff. Great to see everybody. First off, let me jump in and say, Mastovia, thank you for being here. Kuchiko, thank you for being here as well. Congratulations on the developments, Mastovia. That's great to hear. So we have the ability for new nations to join this garden. What does that mean? Why is that so valuable? Well, as the garden continues to grow, we're of course going to need additional funding for it, but it won't be that crazy. You know, the main things that you need in developing a garden are pretty basic. Of course, you're going to need fertilizer, which we're working on. We can develop pretty much for free here. You're going to need the seeds, a lot of which we've been donated already, which is wonderful. If we can get some harvest, we should be able to reuse seeds and continue to grow for years on that. The main things that we're going to need, any additional fertilizer components, equipment, as we continue to expand the garden, things that are going to be needed to be able to upgrade it and make it easier to maintain, so things like automatic watering systems, stuff like that, will eventually start to cost a decent amount, but they're individual purchases. They're things that we can get all at once, buy and set up, and that will be huge for the development of this. So people just supporting, these nations giving that one-time bit of support will actually go a long way to having many years of harvest here in the garden. So that's the idea behind this, giving everybody a way to participate and to say, I helped to make that happen, and to be able to show those people who said, we saw when it was just 2 little garden beds and we believed in it, and now it's 15, now it's, this whole back field doing things. We have the opportunity to do a lot here at Talon and Vine, and this is the start of that. The Garden of Nations is a way for our inter-micronational community to come together and really make something that is big, especially because for a lot of nations, it's difficult to, develop your own food. That's kind of one of the go-to checkmark things that a lot of micronations try and cross off as an easy industry to get into. Again, for years they can say that, hey, we supported the Garden of Nations, we're a sponsor, and now every year they give away a certain amount of that food. Now every year they are trying to make new products out of that, and we were able to get a sample of that. There is a lot of opportunity here with that. And so it means a lot that you all are believing in it. Well, I know you asked as well. So that is open. Again, the link is in our description. The XP system is still a... Hang on. Great to see everybody. I think I'm in a little better spot. Please let me know if I'm not. Emperor Luna, to answer your question, link is in the description to actually become a sponsor of the Garden of Nations. It's a one-time fee of $20 to get your nation to be an official sponsor as long as the garden exists. So that is the way to initially start helping us out and getting to be a part of it. Again, just $20 to get your nation's flag posted up there. And to be supporting Beatus Crass as some of the founding sponsors of the Garden of Nations. But that's the way that we have access to it right now, and that's a ton for us. If we can even get a few nations to help out and start sponsoring the garden, we have plenty of opportunity to grow here. So there's a lot that we can do with that. Ooh, James brought up an interesting point. Asked, AP, what do you think about putting in a nice picket fence when the nation, with the nation's flag painted onto each board? That sounds awesome. That would be really cool. We need to get good with like stenciling. We'll have to come up with a way to set up a stencil for maybe their thing. I will say Tiffany is a wonderful artist, but I wouldn't want to put all that work on her. So if we could do that, if we could come up with a good system for stenciling, yeah, that would be a great addition to the garden. And that's something that's a great point, James. Part of being in this community, part of developing a community-based project like the Garden of Nations is that we want to keep updating it. We want to do more and more cool things with it. So as the garden develops, for example, Beatus Craft, they put their flag on there when we just had one garden bed, basically 1.5. But now we have our full second garden bed up, double the size. So you're right, James, putting up things like that fence that would have all the cool Garden of Nations supporters on it, sponsors on it would be wonderful. We need to get like a certain minimum number. That would be, hey, if we reach this many supporters for the Garden of Nations, we'll do this. If we reach this many supporters for the Garden of Nations, we'll do this. It would be cool to have projects exactly like you're talking about to kind of ramp up and build excitement for it, as well as to just show off milestones. Hey, we've gotten to this many, and this is what the size of the garden is now. So these are the kind of larger projects we can do. I imagine there is a little bit of wind sound, so please let me know if that's causing any problems for everybody. But that is a great point, James. Kachiko said, oh god, the lag's super bad. My apologies. I hope it's improved now. Unlisted Guard says, hi, great to see you. Kachiko says, hi, it's lagging. Thank you. Please keep me updated. Is it still bad? Albanian says, is getting worse. Okay, thank you. Please let me know. Kachiko says, the lag's better now. James said, yeah, less lag. Fantastic. Emperor Luna says, that sounds reasonable. We'll be happy to sponsor this garden. Thank you so much, Emperor Luna. Then we will have your nation's flag planted right here beside Beatus Crass. I'm incredibly excited to see it. Oh, goodness. James says, it would be nice if I was a local and I could help. Absolutely. Again, that's going to be one of the things that's heartbreaking about Founding Day. If you guys don't know, we are only 18 days away from Founding Day. That's our 9th year of existence as the Empire of Aeternia, and we have a lot to celebrate this year. And so it breaks my heart that we won't have amazing dedicated citizens like you, James, here hanging out with us, being a part of the festivities. I want you to get to taste some of our elderberry soda. I want you to get to breathe in the fresh air out here and get to enjoy a piece of it yourself, because you have helped to make this happen. So thank you again so much, and we gotta figure it out. One day when we are at a certain size, we're gonna have like okay, for the government officials or something, for the high-ranking people, we need to have some way to bus people, to get people some support, to get out here and take trips to see Vitae, to see the territories. It's important. James says, what we need is a bot that shows the time with each comment, so AP knows what's current. That's a great update as well. Yeah, that would be good. James says might be a Nightbot feature. Yep, we do. Nightbot may be the answer to a lot of our prayers, but we'll have to check in on that in the future. I don't want to just rush into something that's kind of half-baked on my part, so I want to make sure that I learn about the system so that when we launch it works a little more smoothly. That being the case, I'm excited to jump into it and learn more about that. The Garden of Nations, it seems like getting potentially 2 sponsors now with Emperor Luna supporting, and it will be incredibly exciting to see where we go from here. I want to show you guys some updates on this garden bed before we move on to other updates, other exciting things with Talon and Vine Farm in general. One of those, so again, we planted these 3 bell pepper plants and these 3 tomato plants in here. The tomato plants still a little bit in shock, but they've started to perk up pretty well. This one's kind of droopy still, not doing great. Then these 2 bell pepper plants doing fine, gonna perk up, they'll be all right. This one, if you can even see it, it just looks like one little leaf here, and that's because it had a larger stalk. Let me see if I can find it. I might have thrown it too far away, but it had a much longer stalk, and that stalk was just chewed away. Something damaged it, and so unfortunately this guy is hanging on just barely. Everything, this piece of its leaf, this base of the leaf, has almost nothing left on it. And I let me see if I can turn you guys here to really see it. Oh gosh, it's hard to get a good image of it. But yeah, you can see it's basically entirely gone right there. So everything else, the new growth, is happening all from this little point. It's almost just worth it to rip it out and put another one in, but we're trying to let it hold on and come back to life. So we'll see how it does. But that being the case, we have a lot of new growth, a lot of new development. Again, this is just our second garden bed, our first one. I will go back to the OGs and show you guys how everybody's doing. Of course, this guy flourishing. Looks like we have one little flower coming out already, wanting to start making a bell pepper. We have a few more that are starting to bud, starting to show up. Oh, we have a flower already. Look at that. Oh, we have a couple. Wow, okay. So we're starting to get into it. We've got a couple flowers here, looking good. Those will become bell peppers. We've got a couple little starting buds there, not fully flowers yet. Same thing here, no fully developed flowers on this one, but a lot of progress, a lot of development. Okay, and then here you can see our cabbage getting a lot more lush, getting a lot bigger, really starting to firm up. The last of the dead leaves are kind of starting to go away, get pushed out. This new foliage really coming in. I'm trying to watch carefully just to make sure that there aren't any silkworms, any hornworms that are getting in here and damaging it, but it looks okay. And then the other one that I'm really excited to show you guys is our eggplant. Our eggplant, even if you go back just a few live streams to check out our previous videos, it was a lot smaller, it was a lot weaker, it was a lot less healthy. And in particular, we had this eggplant growing on it, but the eggplant itself was just barely hanging on. Again, short, small little vine plant, barely able to sustain itself. We thought this was going to just fall off and this would be about its size. It's actually going from what was a dark purple now to a brown and becoming green. So it seems like this is actually kind of getting rejuvenated a little bit. And depending on how well it does, it may continue to grow, but I'm just not sure about that. I could be wrong, and this thing could be about at the end of its life. But this stem that it's growing is still pretty thick, still pretty healthy. So I'm guessing this has a good little bit of life left in it. So we'll see how big our eggplant can get. Okay, let's see. So there's a bunch of comments. Let me get to everybody. Ooh, hold on. Constitutional Principality of Ruritania. Thank you for being here, Ruritania. Great to see you. Okay, so Albanian said, I'll also sponsor the Garden of Nations soon. Thank you so much, Albanian. We'd be excited to have you on the sign as well. James says, AP, please don't leave the camera more than arm's length or we can't hear you. Even talking while looking in another direction makes it hard to hear. Thank you for bringing that up, James. I didn't realize that. I will keep that in mind. Kachiko says, hi. James says, we need to crowdfund AP a wireless lapel mic. For sure, I have one set that was damaged and another set that's currently lost in the move. I need to find it. We have a good set of lapel mics that I should not have lost, but currently are misplaced in the things we're still unpacking. Kachiko says, oh nice, hope you expand your garden. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we're trying to, slowly but surely, every day we're doing a little bit more. And if you want to help out, there is a way now. The link is in our description. James says, go to the Patreon, $20, one-time fee to contribute to the Garden of Nations. Thank you, James, for supporting and showing off. James says, AP, if a citizen contributes, what happens? Do we get an Aeternian flag stencils on the Garden of Nations? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. We could for sure put our own flag up there. That would work well. Yes, absolutely. We could also eventually have additional benefits to the garden that we could do as one-time purchases. So for example, we could have like pavers, you know, or bricks that have nations, the name of a nation or the name of a citizen, any donor, any sponsor carved into the brick. So you could have, or painted onto it. So that we could end up making paths and walkways and things that specifically have all of the names of all the nations and all the supporters who have been here helping out. So that is one thing that we could do that would be similar, where we don't necessarily have to just put a flag, or it doesn't have to be specifically connected to a nation to support, but we could absolutely put our own flag up there. That would be great. Kachiko says, sorry to hear that. James said, first harvest, the eggplant is looking lush. Yes, absolutely. It's getting bigger and bigger by the day. Emperor Luna says, we have had similar problems with our bell peppers, with pests attacking before they can be picked. The plants are healthy, but it seems the local insects and birds have enjoyed our crops before we can. Absolutely. We have a similar problem. Right now we have muscadines, and those muscadines, if you don't know what a muscadine is, it's a big grape, native to the southeastern U.S. But these muscadines, super exciting crop to have, excited to harvest them, but the birds just love them. We've been trying to protect as many as we can, but we don't think we're going to have much of a crop at all this year because we just didn't anticipate having to protect it from them. So fortunately our other crops haven't been damaged by the birds because they're attacking all of our muscadines and berries and stuff. But that may be a thing to look into. One of the things that we know can kind of deter birds is if you can set up feeders or even potential other food sources that you can plant that they may be more attracted to than whatever you're trying to protect. So there's a give and take. There's different strategies people have. For the muscadines, we're probably going to have to get like bird netting and stuff. But there's a lot to think about there for sure. I'm excited to see how you handle your bird problem. Maybe we can learn from each other and kind of develop a cooperative strategy. James says, AP, are you using pesticides? We're not using pesticides. This garden, as of right now, is completely organic. It is just growing. We use quail poop fertilizer. We use our own quail and their waste to provide for that garden. The only things I don't know. The only things we've really supplemented the garden with are the straw and the quail fertilizer. So we're just, and rainwater and, you know, water from the garden hose. Fishy says, hello, Guten Tag. Great to see you, Fishy. Thank you for being here. GA's put a bunch of poop emojis. Great to see everybody. It's cool to see new people joining in. It means a lot. Again, we're the Empire of Aeternia. We're trying to create another country. We're trying to get that country to be recognized by other nations around the world. So having people from Germany, having people from all of these other places, great to see, from potentially Arabic-speaking nations, Farsi-speaking nations. That's fantastic. Thank you for being here. James says, benefits, $50 for a stepping stone or paver with your name or flag, $75 for your own named planter with a choice of what's grown there. James cooking with the upgrades. I agree. I think that's a fantastic idea. James says, hi GAs. Emperor Luna said, pesticides are great for dealing with predatory insects, but I find the benefits of our newly returning pollinators to vastly outweigh the need for them. Agreed. You know, if we found that it was absolutely necessary, if we start getting to scales where it's just, we're losing such a large percentage of our crops that it's damaging to our community and to the people we can provide for to not do it, unless there's some real aggressive need for us to use pesticides. I think we're trying to prevent it and minimize it. One, you know, for people who are interested in purchasing those products from us, there is a little added financial benefit to, hey, this is organic, this is, you know, grown pesticide free, it's hand picked, it's locally grown. Those things are perks, but also it, like you said, helps our pollinators. There's direct benefits to the garden from not using pesticides. James says, AP, paint stones in the colors of whatever you're growing fruits. Birds will fly down, peck the rocks, and they hate hard things, so they'll never come back. Smart. Okay, interesting. I think I've seen that before for people with like strawberries. Well, they'll paint the rocks like strawberries. But that's a great idea. I'd never thought to do that for other plants, and even though we have strawberries, we didn't do that this year. So that's a great point. We will have to come up with just a set of painted stones for our different crops that we're trying to protect. Emperor Luna said, predatory is in eating crops, not beneficial native predators such as ladybugs and lacewings. Makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. I get you. Albanian said, hi, great to see you, Albanian. Emperor Luna said, painted stones have helped a lot for our tomatoes and passion flower fruits. Okay, see, so we have had plenty of tomatoes, but they're the little tiny cherry tomatoes, and they were kind of stunted this year, so we didn't get as big a ones as we would like, but that's a great idea for the tomatoes. For the eggplant, I think it'd be a little weird, but we could try it. And then, yeah, for sure the bell pepper plants.
What are you doing?
James brought up a great idea, which is to have painted stones that are the color of whatever plant we're trying to protect, whatever fruit we're trying to get, vegetable. And so that way we can make sure that the birds, when they try to attack, they go after the rocks first and they get discouraged. So good at thinking, James. That was awesome. James says, $5 for a small painted stone with your name on it, so it serves the benefit as well as representing the contributed. That is a good idea as well. Trying to find things that are smaller. $20 isn't crazy, but it is a significant investment. So I do understand that some people may say, hey, we want to help, we want to do things, but that's a little bit of a stretch. So absolutely, we can do something like that, find a way to have a lower contribution. I'd almost want to find another way to do a lower contribution though, because there's a percentage that Patreon takes, which I think has baseline fees associated as well that aren't percentage based, they're just flat fees. So at a certain point, like a $5 thing is helpful, but if you only make 3 something off of it, anyway, we can figure that out. James says, the stream greets Tiffany. Hey. It'd be good to just be able to get the help. We can probably do a smaller thing later. Tiff.
What?
Everybody was just saying hi.
Hi. Trying to figure out who the screaming kid is.
Yeah, I think it's someone down the way. Oh?
Sounds that way.
I like that we're kind of posed up right now.
Okay, so what are you doing?
I was showing off the garden. I was talking about how we just started the program for sponsorship for the garden. Emperor Luna brought up that they're thinking of sponsoring, so that's fantastic. Um,
And this has already gone through
Albanian also.
one storm.
Yes, that is true. It has survived. So, Vegas Crass, your mark of honor here in the Garden of Nations has maintained at least one storm, and we'll try and set everybody up similarly to protect them. Also, James is coming up with a bunch of good ideas for like pavers potentially with people's names or their nation names on it. Little small painted stones for a smaller option. Bunch of good ideas. A painted fence. He was like, you could do a fence that borders the garden, and paint each nation's flag on it for like a certain amount. That'd be cool. Yeah. So we've been talking about the garden. I was showing off how our one bell pepper plant over there got damaged and wrecked up, so we had to clip him. And that's been about it. Is there something I can help you with?
No.
Okay. In that case, I think I'm probably going to go and turn the compost pile.
The cardboard's over there.
Gotcha. Okay, cool deal. Also, I can show off the little bit of charcoal that we made. We did not make a lot of charcoal. For those of you who saw us a couple streams back, we tried to make some charcoal, and we did technically make charcoal both times we attempted it, though a very small amount. In the first batch that we ran, we maintained a lot of moisture in it, so very few of the pieces actually fully fully dried out, thank you, to make the charcoal. So there were very few pieces of actual charcoal in it. The second one...
no, that's not even just it. You put it back in to burn it more, and successfully did make every piece of wood that was in the pot charcoal. But then he wasn't watching it, fell over, and all of it burned to ashes. So we lost a whole batch of charcoal because you weren't watching it.
That is true. So that we only got, maybe 5% of the first batch as actual charcoal. Then I did it again. The second time, we ended up with maybe 10%, because similarly it all dried out, but about 90% burned. Even though it didn't fall over that time, it just slowly burned away. We had too much oxygen in the environment, so we'll have to keep tweaking the design a little bit to be able to make it more efficient, but that has been the strategy so far. So I will show off the little bit of charcoal we were able to make, and then I will turn the compost pile and try to... I may check on the soybeans. I may see how they're doing. Sorry about that. Tiffany was telling me I had something gross in my teeth. I was trying to fix it. Albanian said hi. Emperor Luna said painted stones have helped a lot. Right. Okay. Emperor Luna bringing up again, same problems here. Many delicious cherry tomatoes, but none have been larger than thimbles so far. Yep, it's a big problem. For us, it was the size of our pots. I mean, we kept them in basically things about this size, and they fully rooted. I mean, they made a thick root ball in there, but we just stunted their growth. So having them out in here, I think actually in the second bed, I think they're going to grow up a lot. We'll see how they do. Pachico says, how much land would you want? Like, what's the balance point of land? That's a great question. It depends on the size of our empire. We're trying to grow as big as we can to encompass as many people as we can, but there is some within reason to that. We are still trying to go forward with our goals of developing as an independent nation. So We're probably going to prioritize that over strictly growth, but I think those things kind of go hand in hand. So, um, the short answer is as much as we can, as much as is reasonable. James says maybe $200 a garden plot, live 1 to 2 planters fenced off from the rest, filled with that nation's banners. Oh yeah, that would be very cool to have one large like investment if somebody wanted to do it. That would be great, and we could really pick out with them like what plants they want to go in there. Fantastic. Warlanet said hello. James says $10. Name a garden plot. So on the wooden planks of the planter, a bright painted name, founder's plot, tomato fields plot, etc. No, I get you. Yeah, absolutely. You can have those like, I guess it's not tiered, but just the different varieties of pots that people could set up and choose their plants for. That sounds fantastic. Also, Warlanet, thank you for being here. Great to see you. And you may be interested as well. I just brought up earlier to everybody on the stream, I'll do the quick pitch. The link is in the description to join the Garden of Nations. If you want Warlanet to become an official sponsor of the Garden of Nations and have their flag here on the sign, along with Beatus Crass, along with Emperor Luna and a lot of others, Albanian, you can become a part of the Garden of Nations just for a one-time support donation of $20. You can have your nation represented. James says, Warlanet, how's your micronational development been going? Warlanet said, well, we disbanded our old servers. Not sure if you're in the new one. Good luck. Emperor Luna said, I have a couple of photos of our cherry tomatoes compared to store-bought ones. The difference in size is actually hilarious. That's how it goes, though. You are developing food independence, Emperor Luna, even if it is a small amount. Your people are doing something, and that's better than nothing. That is valuable, and even if it's a lot smaller, that's not. It's not the size that matters, Emperor Luna. It's the heart. You gotta have the cherry tomato of your dream. Take pride in it.
Ours are also very small right now.
Yeah.
But that's also because we couldn't get over here fast enough to actually transplant them into a bigger thing. But you know, maybe those tomatoes will kill it.
I think they will. I think they'll be great.
Although you know the audio is gonna be cracked because every time we look away from the phone is gonna be harder.
That's what James was bringing up. Absolutely. Albanian says, Emperor AP, can you help me update my Micronation Discord server? Ours is definitely not updated, so we are still in the attempt for that. But good luck with yours. If you learn much, let us know. We're always trying to learn. Warlanet says, oh wow, that's amazing. James says the $200 package could be for larger micronations. I'm sorry.
That bush.
Oh yeah, it's super
got, like,
pretty.
red flowers on it now.
Yeah.
I didn't think that it was like a flower.
They named it. It is. I forget the name of it, but I looked it up the other day. It's very pretty. They're not edible, but they are very pretty flowers.
The birds love it too.
Oh, they do.
Seeing them swipe into it.
Well, they live in that tree,
Yeah.
and then they eat our muscadines. Is the issue. James says $200 package can be 4 larger micronations. They're citizens who contribute, have their contributions in the nation's sub-garden, so they are encouraged to make their own micronations plot better. That's pretty cool. So even, you know, the micronations themselves can take part, and they can have internal development of that. You know, they can have a virtual stake in the garden and their own semi-independent control of that plot and planning it out and getting citizen support. That sounds super cool. I think that would be a great way for micronations to take a deeper dive in the investment and be able to have more development there.
I'm gonna go check on that plant. You said you don't see any growth.
I don't see
But
anything
it might
over
be.
there.
I'm gonna go check it.
Yeah, good luck, bub. We planted I believe it's a rambutan, a while back, just out in the yard randomly. We wanted to just see if it would grow at all. It's like tropical fruit. There's no reason it should grow in this climate, but we thought, why not? And so we stuck a stake down in the ground where we buried the fruit and watered it a few times and stuff. Haven't seen anything grow up. I don't think there's anything over there, but Tiff's going to check it out. Emperor Luna says, oh, I'm not ashamed of the size. They definitely taste least better than the store-bought ones. There you go. Fresh tomatoes for the win. James says, AP, you should grow trees and bushes for tea leaves. That's a great point. I wonder... I'd have to look into that. I wonder how easy that is. I imagine it's not too crazy. Especially if you could just have a small bush. That would be fantastic. Ray Think Studio, thank you for being here and supporting us. We're the Empire of Aeternia. We're creating a micronation, trying to get recognized by other countries and trying to support the people who have been discarded by their home countries. James says, yep, talking about the tea leaves. I agree. I'm curious as to how that works as like a companion planting procedure. I'd have to look into that. James says you're welcome. Ray thinks says you're welcome. James says we need a micronational tea blend, truly. Absolutely. To go along with our royal reserve. We'll have to set it up, James. We'll get it. Tiff, jumping back in the stream. What do you have to tell him, Tiff? Give him the good news about Aeternia. Tell him.
I don't have any news.
We got more of the Hall of the Empire cleared out.
Yeah, I guess you cleared out more of it.
A little bit. The Fountain Day is coming up. Any big ideas or plans for Fountain Day? We could build a 20-foot drum and bang on it and bother everyone.
I don't know. We're not building a drum though. But I figured we'd probably do it out in the field.
I agree. There are two trees that I'm not going to point the camera over to them right now, but there are two trees that they're in the middle of the sun. It would just blot out the camera. But there are two trees that the sun sets in between the two trees on the property. It's super pretty if you're at the right angle. And so it'd be really nice to be able to set up in the field and have it like pointed toward there. You know, right as the sun would be setting. It would be super cool for some kind of ceremony or event. James said, Tiff exclusive interview. So tell us, Tiff, what's your favorite part about Talon and Vine Farm?
Space.
Space. True. It's really nice to be able to be out here, just be able to see off into the distance as far as you can.
The night sky.
The night sky. Good one.
It's so dark. You can see so many stars. It's very nice. Although I'm waiting for it to be dark enough and clear enough, which will probably be somewhere in the winter time. But if it gets dark enough, you can see the Milky Way. You can like see the streaks or whatever of it. So it's cool.
It is super cool. We've been out here a few times just looking at the stars purposefully, and you can see that there's some light pollution because of just our neighbors and stuff, but there's not a ton of like infrastructure around here, so there's not street lights too much or things like that that are really bothering you. The main thing is just, you know, other neighbors. You have people so far down the way that you can kind of tell that their lights on the horizon are lighting things up a little bit. But other than that, when you have all the lights here,
today.
it is. You can see the moon out with the clouds. Very pretty. And the field looking lush, looking very green. I'll point you guys over there for a second. All those soybeans growing up real well. Oh, Tiff. James asked, can we have Tiff Talks? And then he put trademark as a part of the Aeternian news agency. What do you think, Tiff?
I don't know. I have a lot to say, so.
but that's what makes them so exciting. They're like rare exclusive interviews. You come in and you just drop a bomb and then you walk out.
So I just gotta like say one thing.
Just whatever you're feeling. Yeah, you just come in and lay it down on them. Tiff's got hot takes. I'm excited to see.
Well, we could do the, well, I don't know. We have to do some renovating.
That is true. We do have a lot of stuff to develop here.
We could show some of the renovating.
Ooh, there we go. That'd be a cool tip
No.
top. You are like the more what is it, handy of the two of us. You tend to be able to do more like painting, construction, and stuff
I
like
only
that.
have 2 hands, just like you only have 2 hands.
Tiffany's got 18 hands, but she hides most of them.
They like stitch and just
They're
pull
just
them out the
all.
side.
That'd be pretty cool.
It'd be creepy.
Yeah, it would. They're all still out. They're just off screen. You guys can't see.
The green screen hides it.
Yeah, that's true. We're doing hella green screen. We faked the moon landing is the thing. No, so I do think that'd be cool though. Would you do that sincerely? Like, if there was a thing that we filmed that was like, today we're working on renovating this building. We're getting to the next part of like getting ready for our first resident or something, like something real big. Would you be like, hey, I'm Tiff, and let me talk you through how I expertly renovated and constructed this building. It was a lot of problems, but we overcame. This is what we did.
You can.
That'd be cool. I just think people would appreciate the commentary from someone who can really say it in the term. I wouldn't know how to express everything.
Construction's like relatively common knowledge stuff.
What's a miter saw? Yeah, see, I don't know what that shit is.
But well, I mean the concepts.
Hey,
They're specifics, but like generally you could just kind of go and do construction.
yeah, true.
Well, especially for how we're zoned, we're fine to literally do whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, zoning laws can prevent people from just going and doing some stuff, but a lot of times you can just make your own little construction site.
Mm-hmm. And these are the type of things we learn. See, I wouldn't have known that, but these are the type of things we
Well,
learn.
people are like constantly building things.
Yeah, but you're an expert in the game, and this is how we learn those tips.
Just did it for like 6 years.
See, expert in the game, certified, 6-year veteran, got him. Building houses, painting things like it's no tomorrow.
Well, I don't know if you count my child labor of building on the.
Since the day I was born, I was building skyscrapers.
No, but putting together like sheds and
Expert in the game.
painting, doing mud work, sheetrock, really basic things.
Hammered a nail before she could walk.
I have scars to prove it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I have a scar on my thumb that makes like a T.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How'd you get double cut?
One accident got cut. Other accident, I put my thumb over the bracket that holds like when you make the foundation, right? You make like a grid, and so there'd be boards going like this, and there's these metal brackets that go like that.
Right.
And they can go on the board, and then you lay another board in between those two. And I was trying to put up the metal bracket, and I had my thumb right over the metal, and I was trying to hit this little nail in on the side, and I got mad at it, and I went to go just whack it, and I whacked nothing but my thumb, and just straight into metal.
Oh, see though, that type of story, like when you were telling the story, I'm like, we could have footage of like stuff over like what you're talking about.
You have people getting hurt.
Yeah, just injuries, just workplace accidents, OSHA violations.
I'm sure there's better ways to do it, but the brackets you have the line, and then you literally have this much space, and there's a hole right in the middle of that, and that's where you gotta hit it. This is just, I don't know, I feel like bad design.
Fair.
Does what it's supposed to do. Horrible to try to put in.
Ooh, and that's another hot Tiff take on Tiff Talks trademark.
Oh man, if you can get the first couple taps, you'll be okay. So it was like one of the last ones that I like smashed my thumb on.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You started with when you do a foundation and then you like explained a fundamental concept. You can just do that when we do like repair stuff, renovation stuff. Tiff Talk.
Well, it's technically it's a foundation. That's for like a crawl space under the house then.
Even more in depth. Rise Studio said message retracted. Good to see you though. Warlanette said I used to grow peppers before joining Micronations. You could do both, Warlanette. Oh, the puppies are playing.
They're chasing each other. They were hopping around in circles.
Oh, what a bunch of cuties. Also,
They seem to be pretty happy pups.
they are. They're very cute pups. They're good pups. They get into our stuff, but they're good pups.
It's okay. Clean it up. They can't get back into it.
Thanks. Chewy eating grass. More Lynette said the landscape looks beautiful. I agree. Thank you so much. We do love it out here. That is one of my favorite things. It's just the landscape. Basically,
Chewy.
what Tiffany said, the space. Albanian said number 3, and then message retracted. Good to see you, Albanian. Emperor Luna. Oh, did you get it? Did you do it? Albanian, are you a part of the Garden of Nations now? Did you go ahead and do it? Thank you so much. Emperor Luna said, funny enough, for as large as Texas is, dark skies are not exactly common here. All the light pollution doesn't dissipate until you go out to either Big Bend in the west. Oh, dang. I'm sorry to hear that. I guess that makes sense, you know, unless you're like far, far out into the desert. Or I guess maybe in the mountains somewhere.
Get his face. Get his face.
Her face. She's a chewy.
I just gotta stop chewing.
But that makes sense. Texas is a very well-developed place, very largely developed place, I should say. Wraithing Studio says, I'm growing cherry tomatoes, and I changed my profile picture to my Micronation flag. Hey, very cool. Thank you for being here, and thank you for representing your nation. Queen Bougie says, hello, Emperor AP. Hello, Tiff. Hey, everybody. Hey, Queen Bougie. Great to see you. One more time on the pitch, because Queen Bougie specifically asked about it. We now have Garden of Nations sponsorship available. The link is in the description. It's a $20 one-time fee to have your flag, Mecklenburg's flag, put on this sign, the Garden of Nations, right next to Beatus Crafts. We can do it together. We can feed people. We can build a nation. We can support other micronations. And we can show that together we can make real change in the world. And you have the possibility to do this by supporting us. Links in the description. I hope that was fun.
Trying to figure out what to do with my hands.
I appreciated the improv. It was nice. James says, we have a lot to do. Tiffany, in exclusive interview, alludes to large-scale micronational development plan. See more on page 3. James got you on the backup, Tiff. You guys together, the unstoppable duo. James says, hello, Queen Bougie. It's a pleasure to see you again. We have Queen Bougie. We have a Knight of Mecklenburg as well as a citizen of Aeternia here. We have, of course, the Queen himself. Incredible. Warlanette says, Emperor AP, what would you say is your greatest history in your nation? Like the greatest event in our nation's history?
Chewy's trying to eat this plastic.
Oh, goodness. Chewy's bad for that. Trying to eat this plastic. That is tough. We have had quite a number of big honors as a nation. In particular, we were able to speak at MicroCon. We actually represented the Empire of Aeternia at the 2022, or as we in the Empire, anybody following the Holocene calendar would say 12,022. We were able to speak there and actually address nations all across the world. That was a huge honor. That was crazy. To get to meet, other well-known micronations, molossia, slowjamastan.
There's a big hole right there.
Ooh,
About
careful.
twisted my ankle in it.
Oh, sorry. Being able to meet a lot of people that we got to know in the community over time was crazy. So that's up there. James, taking the Arrow of Progress along with him when he served in Ukraine, wearing that's a huge honor for us in a very different way. That's not something that we're necessarily cheering about. It's a more somber thing, but it's something that's very heartfelt, very serious, a very strong showing of care for who we are and of taking on what it means to be Aeternian himself, which is incredible. That's a huge honor. I would be, I could not say enough words about that. So, things like that, where we've had the opportunity, either ourselves or someone else, to go out and really show the world what the Empire is, that's huge. I'm sure our founding day, our 9th founding day coming up, I don't know if it'll scale to those feelings of like, wow, brand new, incredible, super, pushing the boundaries of what we've ever achieved, what we've ever been able to be for people, I don't think it'll be quite to that scale as those other two events, but I do think our 9th founding day will be crazy, and we'll be up there somewhere because we'll have a lot of people. I think we'll get a good turnout, and I think we'll have a lot of opportunity to connect with people, not only who know about Aeternia and who are citizens, but also people who have no idea what we're doing and who are just learning about us and just meeting us through our local communities. So that'll be something new and exciting as well. So that's a great question, Warland. Thank you for asking that. Queen Bougie said it's the pleasure's all mine, Sir James. James says we need the Tiff take TM on how things are going. Grounded realism to complement AP's idealism. Accurate. They're like, the thing, well, James specifically pointing out, he's like, the thing is, AP is like very idealist. Like his head's in the clouds. We need Tiff for that like straight shooter, hard line, let me tell you like it is. That's why you got the Tiff takes.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just being direct.
Being direct. That's the thing. You guys come in here, you get to learn a little bit from me, kind of see how things are doing, and then Tiff comes in with the Tiff take. And that's where the game changes.
We need someone to ground you.
That is true. It's a deep lore for the Empire of Aeternia. People like James, people like Tiff, helping to keep the Empire stable, helping to help me balance walking the line. I appreciate you guys.
We're just pushing you to both sides. You cross over one side of the line and I'll push you. You fall over on the other side, James will push you back.
We'll get it figured out. Thanks, bud. Albanian says, Emperor AP, are you interested for exchanging currency someday? Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. We don't have a P.O. box anymore. We used to have a P.O. box. That would be a great way to do something like that. So as of right now, we don't have a great means of doing it. But in the future, yes, that would be fun. James said, we're getting Tiffany lore. Listen closely. Yes, absolutely.
Very close.
Oldham says, hi everyone. Warlanet says, any ideas how to get citizens in public? I'm unsure how to spread about it. Before I do I need to organize things. First off, Lady Elizabeth, thank you for being here. We have Beatus Crass as the first micronation to be a sponsor of the Garden of Nations, and we're now officially opening it up to other micronations. So even though you guys already one of the first founding sponsors, we still have more spaces that are available, so other people are joining in. We've had a few nations who have directly on this stream talked about their interest in it. So incredible. You guys will have some company up there pretty shortly.
Where's the big saw?
The big saw. Wood saw?
The tall.
Tall. Oh, for tree trimming. That is in the garage.
In the garage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Just gotta clear that. It's like overtaking the power line.
We do. I can help with that if you want in a little bit.
We can always see if the power people would come do it.
That's true.
It's their box.
It is.
You should maintain it.
Right.
Maybe on my property, but I'm not allowed to claim it as mine.
Right. Emperor Luna said, "Yikes! That's the kind of injury that I can feel just hearing about. I hope Tiff's feeling better from that." Also,
Oh, this is like years ago. I don't know, I was like maybe 13. So yeah, years ago. Crazy. Days fly by. That's why they say that song about time.
What do they say about it?
What, the song? I thought it was just, I don't know the name of it. It just says time a lot. And they're talking about how like when you're alone, time moves really slow.
Yeah.
When you're like missing a friend.
Yeah. Tiff's referencing a Bad Not Good song. They're like a jazz group if you guys haven't heard of them. They're really good.
No, but I know there's many versions of that song.
That's true. But theirs is...
There's the original?
The original, yeah. They also do like a sped up version. If you guys have seen the like Adult Swim commercial things, it'll be like dun 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 time dun dun dun.
You can't do too much of it.
Yeah. I'll get copyright strike for my beautiful, perfect singing. But that's the band. Super cool.
But you see, when we're together, we have lots of fun. So then times
flies by.
Yeah.
Albanian says, I didn't sponsor the Garden of Nations yet. That's okay. We'll be excited when you do. My bad, I just misinterpreted your message earlier. Emperor Luna said, puppy! Yeah, the puppies are a favorite.
I think I got it. I did get him!
Hey!
I got that fly. He rolled, for a moment I thought I didn't because I didn't see him, but then I felt him roll off my fingers.
Right. One unfortunate thing about Tiff and I being together, I am from South Louisiana, so I spawn mosquitoes around me. It's just part of being from South Louisiana. So Tiffany has to constantly fight off hordes of mosquitoes that are coming for her, because she's the sweetest person in the world. Kachiko says, gas or what? James says, gas, please keep on topic. Thank you so much, James. James helping to moderate the stream. That means a lot. As a citizen, that's huge. You're taking part, taking
but also,
the reins of the
isn't
empire.
a part of this video to do something?
Accurate.
We've been standing here for almost an hour.
That's true.
What are we doing?
Let's go ahead and do the compost pile. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to quickly speed transport you there. I'll see you in a moment. Oh, Tiff knows the way. Oh, wait. Oh, I get you. Smart. Got you guys. Let's go check out the soybeans. People got a bunch of questions. I'm gonna answer those momentarily. I hope it's not too glitchy for you guys. We are walking in this large soybean field. Okay, out here at the compost pile. Let me actually back you guys up a little bit. Give y'all a better angle. There we go. Okay. We also have some cardboard here that we're going to throw in. That one will be good. The Sprite one I don't know about though, because I think the Sprite one may have plastic stuff in it. So if you guys remember yesterday's stream, we threw our elderberry pickings, the rest of the leftover scraps, over on this side of the pile. And so now I'm actually turning it over onto that side so that the pile can get moved and aerated, and so that those elderberry clippings get smothered by the pile and start breaking down as fast as they can. Oh, speaking of which, something I hadn't brought up, to a number of our micronational friends, we are wanting people to make submission videos for us talking about the Empire of Aeternia and their relationship with the Empire of Aeternia for our 9th founding day. So if you're a nation that's been in contact with us, that we've worked with before, Emperor Luna, Queen Bougie, everybody else, I would appreciate you guys. Excuse me, Lady Elizabeth as well. Everybody else, you guys reach out to us. I want to start trying to figure out those things for our 9th founding day. So just something small. We're going to try and figure out kind of a format that we want people to do, so that way we can put it in the actual founding day ceremony and have just kind of a quick cut of everybody talking about, you know, what the empire means to them, or how we connected in some way. And so we're going to be sending that out pretty quickly because founding day is 2 weeks away. But we will be excited to connect with you guys again and to get those if you're willing to send them. So thank you guys so much, and I will be in contact as well. Potentially James, our citizen and member of government, will be in contact as well. Okay, so we're basically done restacking our compost pile. I'm just going to kind of move a little bit more of it to condense it as best we can into this spot right here. Kind of overshot some of it, but we'll get all that off. Thanks, bud. All right, and that's our pile. So we're just draping our black tarp over the pile, make sure it stays warm. And there we go. Our compost pile is all dressed up for Halloween. Okay. Ooh, we got a bunch of comments. Sorry, everybody. I will hit them up momentarily. Okay. Let's see. James said, Chewy's trying to eat this plastic. Name checks out. Yes, absolutely. The name was well intentioned. But she definitely continues to live up to that name.
What? I wanted to call her Chewbacca, but then I figured out she was a girl.
I mean,
She's still really cute.
she can be female Chewbacca. And she is.
I was hoping
hits
she'd
it.
end up a slightly more curly like the mom,
Mhm.
so that way it'd look more like Chewbacca.
That's fair. But she's a sweetheart. Kachiko says, hey, United Oldham. Great to see everybody. Luna says, also AP, were the puppies born on the territory or outside? I recall you mentioned they were strays. Yes, they were born on the territory. So when we moved in and established Talon and Vine, we found the mom. I mean, it had happened just maybe a day or two before we actually started moving in. We found the mom and the puppies just holed up in our stables. So that was a little bit tough. We ended up having to get animal control to get the dogs, but the puppies have stayed with us. We've gotten rid of all of the puppies except for one, except for Q, the little black one. He's a sweetheart. He's gonna be big. We're excited to have him as long as we do, but we only need one puppy, so we're trying to get rid of the other one. To a good home. Let's see. Excuse me. Warlanette said, wow, that's actually really awesome, Emperor Luna. Oh, absolutely. Emperor Luna, I missed your comment talking about how you gained citizens through attending events and conventions that share your interests. That's amazing. That's awesome. I'd love to talk to you in the future about which ones those were. We've been doing similar local recruiting, and so being able to like talk about each other's experiences would be really helpful. That would be awesome. Feel like we could learn a lot. At least I know I could. One Lynette says, Emperor Luna, that's awesome. James says, I still have the patch on my utility uniform. Hey, that's amazing. Thank you, James. Again, humbling. Truly, truly humbling. Thank you for that. Queen Bougie says, the Mecklenburg flag is on its way soon. Hey, amazing. Thank you so much. Excited to see that. Emperor Luna says community outreach, especially in the unpopular U.S. government, has helped greatly on that front. Yes, absolutely. It's amazing to see how political developments in other countries can affect micronations, and as well how closely aligned micronationalism is with the political landscapes of the places that they originate. You know, people who are living in the same area, you know, whether it's you're pushing your efforts toward developing a micronation or working in a political movement in some other way or developing a business or nonprofit or something, all of those people probably are spurred on by some sense that something isn't working right or that there could be a better way to do something. So being able to get those people in the same room together and actually talk it out and find common ground, incredible. And I'm really glad you've gotten to do that. I would, again, love to learn more. Warren Lynette says, I'm looking forward to future embassies and diplomacy with other micronations. Hey, that's awesome. I'm excited to see your growth, Warren Lynette. James says, do you think Tiff will take the crown of Empress any day? Not from you, but alongside you. These are great questions. I will say, I will let Tiff speak for herself on that, but I don't want to pressure Tiff with that at all. That's not like a thing that needs to be anyway. Let Tiff speak for herself.
You're just silly. You stumble over your words. What?
Oh, did you hear the question?
About my empress?
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to speak. That's not like my thing to speak on, but it's not like that's not something Tiff needs to be pressured into. Is what I was trying to say.
Well, you can't pressure anyone into leadership.
Agreed. That's the yeah. It may be the topic of a Tiff talk. One day she'll come in and drop a bomb on y'all. You'll never see it coming. And you'll never know the answer. Do. It's mysterious. Oldham said, hi there, my two allies, Kochiko and Albanian. Hey, very cool. Okay, so we have a triple alliance in the chat. That's amazing. Thank you guys for being here. It's great to see everybody connecting. Willinette says, I'll be back. I'm going fishing and I'll remain posted. Hey, great. Good luck with the fishing. I hope you're able to collect some food for your nation and continue to develop your skills. James says, good luck, Morlanette. Send us pictures of your catch. Wishing you luck. Yeah, absolutely. Krusty Knuckles said, oh, gosh. It's not good. Removing it. Cool. James says, AP, we need some nightly orders of merit. Would be interesting. I know we already have other means of awarding contributors, but this would be interesting. Agreed. I'd be really curious to see how we could set that up, especially, you know, given our connection to other micronations. Queen Bougie developed your knighthood, and so while we've not had an official knightly order established, I would love to learn about how to make that aeternian. We should continue that conversation offline, James. That's not offline, but off of the live stream. That sounds like an interesting idea. James says, I may not have my job as ambassador anymore after such a long time away, but I'm still doing my public affairs work. Absolutely. James said bookmark. At this point in time, you moved to the soybean field. Used as a point of reference for chat. Okay. I reclaimed my number one spot. Cool, so I'm way behind. I'm super behind. Thank you, James. Let me jump forward. Man, that's one big pile of compost. Apparently, there's supposed to be a meter cubed, cubic meter in volume. But we're trying to get there if we haven't gotten there just a little bit. James says, great old hymn. Honestly, the compost looks more like straw. It is primarily straw. Straw and grass, there's
Straw, grass, bananas, fruits. Every time we make the elderberry syrup, the leftover seeds and vines and the skins of the berries that don't happen to make it into the process also get dropped off over here in the compost. So even though, yes, it is mainly maybe like 98% nitrogen and just like grass and hay.
well, carbon.
There's
98% carbon, some nitrogen. Like, yeah, we need more greens. We need more greens in it for sure.
No.
No.
We found a walkway and it was completely underground and every bit of dirt, and grass went straight into that. That's why it's so big now.
Yeah, but now it's become that. I think that's the concept. That's like the straw, but we need more of the like vegetable scraps and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Gotta hit them with those greens.
we have to check our fruit bowl.
True.
Well, fruit, the vegetable bowl, whatever loose produce is just sitting in that bowl. We're gonna check it. I'm gonna check it for like a week, but last week I checked it, everything still looked fine and firm and good.
If not, we have the compost pile. Chico said, old time I really don't want to do this. Oh, wow.
These dogs are having a time. They came running around. I had to go stop Chewy because she got a hold of the cleaning brush for the grill. So I had to go take it from her before she hurt herself. And then they follow me, and when I come back around, they come running and they hit on top of those like TV boxes or whatever. And because it's not the same as the ground, she just went and slid all the way down the box.
Ooh.
And then they were running at it on purpose to slide on it.
They're slip and sliding. They're learning.
They're having fun.
They're pretty cute. Also, while that was happening, James has been having an interesting conversation in the chat. If you guys are watching this after the stream occurs, go back and check the chat. This is very interesting. James is effectively trying to like help negotiate an alliance and also making a joke about getting his number one crown taken away, his number one top fan crown taken away. Pretty engaging. I'm not gonna talk about it too much for the people who are ready to get back into the stream, but it's interesting. Go back and watch it.
Keep going.
Okay, Oldham says...
Real fast?
Yes.
Sure. Can you hold these?
Got it.
Thanks. And tap.
Uh...
Come on. Yeah.
It's hard to see.
It is. It's hard.
Like a hole.
It's a big dip down.
It is. It's nice. And we got a lot of soybeans growing up.
No, this one.
Emperor Luna said, oh, forgot to mention, the Imperial Senate has voted to adopt the Holocene calendar. The measure sits at my desk, and as soon as the stream ends, I'll be passing it. Primario will enter the year 12,025. Yo! That's great to hear. Another nation connected to the Holocene calendar. Awesome. Now when we talk and discuss things, when we collaborate with our nations, no need of adjustment. 12,025 is the year. Amazing. Welcome to the future, Primario. We're excited to have you. Oh, does that mean all of Primario has technically time traveled? Not really, but... Okay, James says, it's great to support your fellow micronations by subscribing. And for those new, feel free to subscribe to more Aeternian content, to see more Aeternian content. Shameless Aeternia plug, sorry, but it had to be done. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, James, for doing that. I hope my echoing that has gotten to you all who don't watch the chat later. Please definitely help to support us. It's huge, and hopefully we can help to connect to your goals and what your nation is doing. James said, hello, Tiffany, bearer of cameras. Kuchiko said, your puppy's cute. It is super cute. Luna says, so that makes them Aeternian, dogs Aeternian by birth. That is true. That is true. Aeternian dog citizenship, how does this work? They're putting in their work. They're fertilizing the grass. They're making messes. They're doing their justice. Okay.
Bookmarked it just for you. How long ago did you answer that puppy question?
Gosh, a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Emperor Luna said, sadly, Mom Dog was banished for crimes against Aeternia. Yes, killed our entire flock. Murder. Banned for murder. Just the treasonous destruction of our flock, for certain. Kachiko says, I'm back. James says, bookmark, you just did the race with Tiffany. Okay, we're catching up. We're catching up. Valley says hi. Hey Valley, great to see you. Thank you for being here. If you don't know, we're the Empire of Aeternia. Looks like you we're a micronation. Looks like you may be a micronation yourself. Great to see you.
You're at the bottom.
James says, why did that triple send? I don't know, but I triple appreciate it, James. Albanian says, in United Oldham, I have bad news. I will post on my YouTube channel after the live stream ends. Thank you guys for watching and sticking around. That is something huge. For anybody who's sitting around and watching, you are helping us to get watch time hours toward monetization. Right now, we don't make any money from YouTube, so it's hard for us to put more and more effort into our content. We're trying to do the best we can, but we're also trying to build our nation here. So if you can help us by sticking around, chatting, trying to get people to check out older videos, trying to find things that may help your nation from our previous videos, and letting us know what you want to see out of new content, you can help us to grow and to get that monetization. So thank you guys. James says, Albanian, sorry to hear that. We Aeternia are wishing you the best of luck in these bad times. Absolutely. It's tough to be, well, that's true. I don't know what the bad news is. I was going to say it's tough to be developing a micronation, and there could be bad news with that, but Albanian, in case it's something in your personal life, I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody connected to you is doing well, your family, friends. If it is something micronational, it's tough as well. I wish you luck. We are here to support you. Your community's here for whatever storm you may need to weather. Albanian says, bad news is the third Albanian civil war. Not the third! Not the third, come on. All right, that is a beautiful sunset and an amazing person over there. So I'm gonna go and dramatically run off into that. So give me one moment, excuse me.
I'm trying to
Almost
stop
fell.
myself. Goodness.
Tiffany got those runner skills. Oh my goodness, I'm dead. Ah. She didn't even break a sweat.
I have my phone in my pocket and so I have to hold it.
Goodness.
Then I had to hold my headphones because they were about
Fly off.
well, because I have them pulled off to the side. Technically, I could put it in the ambient mode, but I don't like it.
That's true.
I don't like all the extra noises coming in.
I was gonna say, have you, did Max ever let you try the, like, bone conduction ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever want some?
No, I like these.
You like that? Okay, fair enough.
Well, I can like crank the bass.
Super boost, yeah.
I feel
Tiff's
it
favorite
vibrating
feature.
on my head. It's awesome.
Mhm.
It's a concert and headphones.
Personal concert.
Yeah, well, if you really want to experience it as a concert, the new technology is there's a belt that does it, and it like rattles the music through your body,
Yeah.
so you get the same sensation like when you were at a concert, and you can literally feel all of the like bass that just rattling you while you're like having fun, hanging out, jamming. But then, they also have doubled that same belt to wear it while you're playing the Oculus, and it can also like boost experience by giving you some light. But then there's other people who have the whole vest that goes for like the VR stuff.
And those like omnidirectional treadmills or whatever. Crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
We may not have omnidirectional treadmills, but we have beautiful nature.
I think that was a cardinal that went flying by us.
It was super close.
It was.
I don't know if anybody saw how close that was, but
No, it was behind us.
oh, okay.
So it came from those bushes. Well,
Fair.
behind them.
Don't think the camera caught it. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seemed pretty small way out there, and that's not even half.
Right. That one? Yeah.
What?
That's the...
What?
Yeah. That's the furthest point. I'm gonna go run over there.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna go run over there.
You just leave these people to just run out in a field?
No, but would you guys watch a stream that was just this field? Just the nature? I was gonna see if I could make it all the way to the back of the property to show you guys just how big it is. Because it's kind of an optical illusion, right? Like, it looks like if there's nothing to compare it to, is that a small yard? Is that with some bushes kind of up close? Or is that like a big thing? Those are quite large trees in the background. I'll show you guys in a moment. I'll be right back.
I think he just wanted to run. Well, he's closer, but I doubt you guys can see him all too well. Still going. Okay, now I lost sight of him. Up. I think he's walking back now. Yeah, he looks like he's dying. I think he regrets running back there. I think he's finally starting to walk back. He had to stop to take a breather. Go get him. Go get him. Over there. Go get him. Okay. You guys don't want to go get him. Paul!
Guys, I'm back. Oh gosh, I know there are only 2 viewers now. Sorry for heading out. I found more elderberry. I ran all the way to the back of the field, hoping to show you guys how large it is. And as soon as I got to the back of that field, I found more elderberry. So the abundance of Talon and Vine Farm is incredible. Goodness. Okay. Okay. Let me answer everybody's comments. Gosh, we did get a bunch more elderberry though. So we are trying to make some elderberry syrup, and we will show you guys videos of that on our social media soon, and we will also be getting to more products. Kumbuji said beautiful landscape, and Berluna said the closest thing to a civil struggle we had was the 50-51 in Dallas when police ordered us to leave. And I just said, okay, Primaria doesn't need to be endangered by recklessness on my part. I do respect that. It's hard to engage in what you believe is right, and to participate in protests and to support those around you that you see being hurt, and also balance the weight of responsibility that is representing a nation, you know, not just for your own development and your own interests, but for theirs as well. So it's a tough line to walk, and I respect that. Emperor Luna said, that landscape is indeed gorgeous. The blue sky with some small clouds and a big field. Absolutely. Albanian said he's gone. Emperor Luna said that's a huge field. I still can't see him. Thank you so much. Again, I'm not trying to be braggadocious, but it's incredible. I love it. And I just think that'd be cool to see that optical illusion. I'm going to go back and watch it later to see just how far it is. James said, phone's dying and there's no outlet around. Enjoy the stream. Remember to like and subscribe. Please join our community Discord to interact with other micronations and community members. James out. James, thank you so much for being here. Good luck with everything. Aeternia forever. We're incredibly proud of you. Kujiko said, peace, James. Emperor Luna said, take care, James. Nice to see your input and support on AP streams. Absolutely. You know, having citizens who are engaged, who are connected, who are an embodiment of Aeternia is the dream, honestly. It really is the thing that makes me feel a little bit better about, you know, the crazy nature of life and the fragility of it. And knowing that there are people who take on that Aeternian spirit is humbling. Albanian said, how many people are still here? You got 3 people. Thank you guys for holding on and keeping the stream alive. It means the world to me. Kajiko says me. Oldham says and me. Okay. Great to see you guys. Awesome. We have 4 people now jumped in. And again, incredible field. Look at the 2 puppies hanging out in the field. Insane. And we got these elderberries now. Hey, 6 viewers. Appreciate you guys. Oldham says, oh, I'll see your channel after the live stream. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys are connecting. Emperor Luna says, the puppies playing on the field with you and Tiff walking through is just such a peaceful visual. I agree, Emperor Luna. Thank you so much. It's super cool. This is a dream come true. It really is. We hope to make this place work for us and help out our community and help out everybody that we've been so grateful to have help us to get here. Kachiko says, AP, have you ever had honey and lemonade? It's our national drink. We're also hosting our first year of Real Nations, our version of Microcon. It's online and IRL. Congratulations. It's exciting to see new micronational collaborations and events going on. I wish you guys luck. You know, if we can participate, we would love to. And we've never had honey and lemonade, but it sounds like an interesting new version to set up for our Royal Reserve that James was talking about with our elderberry syrups and sodas. What's up, Tiff?
Nothing. We just have to get ready for our guest.
That is true. We do have to get ready for our guest. In that case, I will be updating you guys with more things shortly. Again, Queen Bougie, Emperor Luna.
Look, your Louisiana
Lady
side's
Elizabeth.
come back out. All these gnats.
Yep. Just
You carried them
spawning
from all the way
bugs.
over there.
I did. I brought them here. I attracted them just so that they could bother Tiffany. This is the struggle. This is what Tiffany has to endure.
They're on you.
They are. See, I spawned them. It's an issue. Queen Bougie said, Emperor Luna, how was your gathering yesterday? Hope you enjoyed yourself. Oh, absolutely. I would love to hear an update on that as well. I didn't realize Emperor Luna was having a gathering. Maybe I just, I saw it in the chat and it slipped my mind or I missed it. My apologies. I hope it went well. Okay. Kachiko says, yeah, you can join our Discord to join Real Nations. Very cool. Well, I'll check it out. Emperor Luna, there was something I was going to bring up. Oh, other than, yeah, it's a beautiful visual. We want to have more people out here, get to show off those things. And so this funding day, if you can, please look out for James or I emailing you, reaching out about creating a small video for our founding day ceremony. That's something you'd be interested in. Cool deal. Okay, so I think we will start to wind it down for this evening. Thank you all so much for being here and supporting us. I want to do more. I want to connect with you guys further. You guys have helped us to get quite a number of watch time hours already this stream and push forward on the road to monetization. So thank you guys, and this is to continue developing in the future. Aeternia forever. Dramatic walk away.